Alvin!
Don't even do that. I never need to hear that again for the rest of my life.
No.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many years I have waited for a live action Alvin and the Chipmunks movie.
Yeah, right.
Zero?
No, I feel like for this one, let me be clear here, people. Leon took this one on his own, and I feel like we should be like cradling him in his arms with like bloody bandages all over him as he gasped out his final breath. It sucked.
I know. It was funny because he's looking like, who's with me? Who's going to go see it? We're like, hell no, I ain't going to see that.
Right. It was one of those things where somebody's supposed to step forward and everybody stepped back except me.
So my question is, why the hell did you go see this?
Because you motherfuckers all punked out and left me alone. Because you bastards all punked out and left me alone. I mean, what kind of excuse is that for you? I got to fly to New York and they already bought my ticket. That's lame, man. You're not true to the cause.
I guess I did kind of tell you to go see it too, didn't I?
Yeah, that was that. And Cyrus couldn't wake up. Man, that's weak.
Well, it is kind of weak, I admit, but I was actually awake. I just didn't want to go.
Well, I don't want anybody ever questioning my loyalty ever again.
Okay, so how great was it then?
So when I walk in with you and my girlfriend next week, it'll be like, don't start, Cyrus.
Well, yeah, I guess you would owe him that.
Exactly. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. No, I'm kidding. The movie was awful. But I will say it's not the worst movie I've seen this year. I mean, it might be just slightly better than Underdog, which is still pretty bad.
But I thought Daddy Day Camp held the record.
Yeah, Daddy Day Camp was the worst.
So it's Daddy Day Camp, then Underdog, then this.
Yeah, but like this and Underdog, or you'd have to do a photo finish between the two of them. I mean, it's Jason Lee again, which, man...
That's right. Jason Lee did a voice in Underdog.
Yeah, he was the voice of Underdog.
Damn.
I mean, it's like ever since he did The Incredibles, he's just like, hey, I just make family films now. Although I'm sure, Xenu and the Church of Scientology is the ones telling him to do this. They had Tom Cruise make that flop Lions for Lambs. So now he's okay. Anyway.
At least Beck hasn't put out a children's album yet. I'm sure that's coming.
Damn, Beck is a Scientologist.
Yeah, you didn't know that? They're getting them all now.
Damn, man.
Half the cast of the 70s show.
It's like pod people. It's like the invasion of the body snatchers.
It's funny, man, because you hear about you got a celebrity, you think he's so cool, and then once you hear he's a Scientologist, those cool points just go me.
Yeah. So are you listening to Hollywood? When you join the Scientology cult, we stop liking you. That means no more money.
Damn, you just...
I know, man. You gonna bring the wrath of you gonna bring the wrath of Xenu down on us right now.
I know. You just cursed us, man, because when the second coming of Xenu happens, we ain't gonna be there. So
the
thanks.
coming of Tan.
Whatever, man. I got his noodly appendage on my side. Bring it.
But anyway, okay. Back to the movie, Alvin the Chipmunks. There's really no reason to make this movie other than the fact that they're running out of licensed properties to make movies of. And, Jason Lee is Dave Seville, failed songwriter, who discovers talking chipmunks at his front door.
Okay, let me just ask you. Now, see, this is the reason why I wanted to see a live-action Alvin and the Chipmunks. What powers do they possess that make them talk?
Yeah, I mean, is it a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles type of effect?
Yeah, the chemicals fall on them?
Here's the beauty of this. Okay, it starts out with them talking in their tree, and it gets cut down to be a Christmas tree. And it's the one Christmas tree in a field where no other trees are Christmas trees. That never happens. But anyway, they show up at his door, and he's freaked out that these are talking chipmunks. And he's asking, like, so can all animals talk? And they're like, no. Why would you ask something like that? Oh, okay. And they never address it ever again.
Are you serious?
So dead serious. Like they just figured there's no way we can come up with a rational explanation for this. So we'll just move along.
Oh, really? So the government doesn't come in and start doing experiments on the chipmunks' vocal cords to figure out what's going on?
No, but David Cross, as a record producer, decides to make albums and put them on tour.
I thought they were baby chuds myself.
That would have been a good idea.
That would have been a good movie.
Let me get my pad and write that down. So you know what this movie turns into is an indictment of the record industry and what they do to young stars, making, when you get a hit record and you got to be everywhere all the time and you're exhausted and you got a record producer pushing you to do that. But so what? I mean, they're getting out this message through talking badly animated chipmunks. I mean, I don't know how effective that's going to be.
So even the Chipmunks didn't look cool?
Man, okay, it's very obvious. Like, they didn't have much of a budget to do this. I mean, I don't know, like, because there's been talk about putting this film up against the other animated films this year for the Oscar. And I just don't get it, because it's real obvious that they didn't have much money, because even at its best, the CG doesn't look that good. And there's half of it where you can tell they didn't even take the time to render it all the way.
Well, the Academy has made clear, as well as several other festivals this year, that they don't consider CG and live-action animation nomination worthy anymore. Even the Beowulf style isn't considered animation nomination worthy anymore.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
See, I thought Alvin and the Chipmunks was going to be like the second biggest CG animation event of the year after Beowulf.
Jerry Bruckheimer's Alvin.
well, it's easily the animated chipmunk event of the year.
Wait a minute, say that again?
It's easily the animated chipmunk event of the year.
I'll take
it. You know, that's about the most I can say. But like, not only can you tell like it cheaps out there, but they do like montages. Like they did a montage like when Alvin and the Chipmunks, when their record takes off, you're supposed to see the rise of them. And all they do is recycle footage you just saw for the last 30 minutes. I mean, and every so often they cut some guys breakdancing outside on the cement.
So it's like the flashback episode of like Family Ties or something like that, except it's in the length of the same movie. It's like, remember earlier in the movie?
Right, but it's that point where they're supposed to show the progression of their career, but they're just showing like all the stuff they did leading up to that point.
Damn, that is cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, you know, it's funny because that's a moneymaker right there. You can make any album a Chipmunk album if you just put it on the fast speed.
Yeah, you can do it like on a cheap home computer nowadays. There's a thing where you can record in your mic and then speed it up and you sound just like Alvin.
Well, that's how that started. You know, the original creator, Ross Bagadassarian,
Bagaducci?
Yeah, something like that.
He was Jewish?
You know, he was just a guy, you know, who made novelty records. And he said he was working for a company that was about to go out of business. And he said, well, let me just play around and do something. And he, sped up his voice for all three Chipmunks, made a Christmas song. It sold gangbusters. And then, he made a whole industry out of it.
He's definitely Jewish, man. Anybody could throw up the idea. It's like, man, paying these artists. Damn.
Yeah, we ain't got to pay them.
That'd be great.
We'll just take them and speed their voices up and call them Chipmunks.
But yeah, Jason Lee is very forced in this movie. Mm-hmm. I'm sure that doesn't shock you at all. The only person who's actually funny in it is David Cross, playing an asshole record producer. He just like finds ways to spin these phrases and make them funny and just increasingly be more of an asshole. But other than that, it's just nothing to it.
Damn, Alvin didn't steal the show, man.
Who were the voices of the Chipmunks?
Oh, that's funny. Okay. Do either you guys know who Jesse McCartney is?
Not a clue.
No,
Any relation to Paul?
Wait a minute. What's that?
Any relation to Paul?
No, but he is a singer. He's a singer who's popular with the little kids. If you're into the Disney Channel, well, yeah, you might. He's sort of like the new Aaron Carter.
I don't know who that is.
I knew you were going to say that. Anyway,
I know who Aaron Carter is.
Okay. Yeah, Jesse McCartney is he's sort of the new Aaron Carter, and he's the voice of Theodore, and Justin Long, Drew Barrymore's boyfriend, the guy from the Mac commercials, is the voice of Alvin.
Oh, Justin.
But it doesn't matter because when you hear him, you can't tell at all who did these voices. It could have been anybody. It could have been Theodore Roosevelt. Just with Alvin saying "bully" all the time. It still would have been Billy. It just wouldn't have made
What's the point?
Difference. Yeah.
Why did they even give anybody a paycheck?
They shouldn't even have given him credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have got the janitor to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. Why am I paying y'all? I can just speed up some voices and like put Chipmunks in your places.
Oh, wait a minute.
That's like crediting stuntmen in a cartoon.
Wait a minute. What did you say?
Wait a minute. But you wouldn't really do that to us, right?
Say something.
What do you mean, say something?
Wait, say
like, fuck you, Corey?
No, get back. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. Don't get so close to me. Say it again.
Say something. Like, fuck you, Corey?
Wait, let me say. Yeah, say something. Okay, we got. Yeah, I got a joke in there anyway. But
hey man, you're not gonna replace us with Chipmunk. You're not gonna speed your own voice up and replace us, would you?
No, I'm gonna speed y'all voices up. Say something.
I'm counting on this paycheck.
Oh, we got to make sure that movie doesn't make any money. Alvin and the Chipmunks sucks.
So okay, you speaking from an adult's point of view here.
Right. Okay.
Now,
look,
if I was a little retarded kid, would I like this movie?
I can tell you what, there were a lot of kids there, and they all loved it. They couldn't get enough of it. And to be honest, the way it started, not so much with the talking, but when the Chipmunks first opened Dave's door, they do this a cappella musical number. And I gotta be honest, I wanted to clap at the end of it. I mean, the whole audience really did applaud, and I felt the overwhelming urge to applaud because it was really good.
These were door-to-door chipmunks singing? Is that what's going on here?
They wanted to impress him with what they could do.
And then they gave him a copy of the God damn, what the hell do you call it?
The Quran?
No, the light. What do you call the Jehovah's Witness one? The light tower?
Oh, the watch.
Then they gave him a copy of the watchtower.
Well, the thing is, that set me up because it made me go, hey, you know what? This might not be so bad after all. Shit.
So in other words, now let's take into account here. Let's be fair. Don't give us some old bullshit because it sounds like for the kids, it could possibly be either rental or matinee.
Yes.
Which one?
Oh,
I'm still up here waiting for you. You tell me.
Oh, just for the kids themselves?
Yeah.
Hell, for kids, it's probably a full price.
If for kids, what does it matter? How do you even know if you're talking about that? Like kids like anything, then there's no point in even having a rating system. Really?
That's why I wouldn't rate it on that.
Yeah.
Because the fact is, if kids had their own jobs and could drive themselves to this movie and sit there by themselves, I'd tell them, hey, go for it, little dude.
But
for the parents who have to
start over.
Yeah. If kids had their own jobs,
but for parents,
but for parents who are the ones who have to drive them and sit in that theater with them, hell no. It is definitely. I honestly, I would call it. I've been back and forth with this, and I would call it some old bullshit. But I'll go ahead and be soft because it's Christmas, and I'm feeling the spirit. So I'm gonna say rental.
Yeah, I'll be thanking you when we're replaced by singing chipmunks.
That ain't too far off. So when they make something contemporary, they're just talking about making urban and hippity hoppity. Did they do that with the Chipmunks?
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing that got on my nerves the most because I'm like, you know what? If I hear a good song, or Christmas Time is Here, or the Witch Doctor, that'd be all right. But no, they couldn't do that. They had to Backstreet Boy it up and have them, with 10 dancers on the stage, and H to the I to the E to the O, and throwing the hip hop beats. Oh. I'm like, you know what? Screw you guys.
Man, that's such a shame. They could have actually made a good movie here using that same update idea, but make it for, the audience that likes listening to like public radio and stuff. It'd be like Alvin and the Thelonious Monks.
So you got Dave always yelling, Alvin! Did he finally beat the shit out of Alvin?
Man, okay, one thing they do is like the Chipmunks keep trying to point out the fact that like, hey, we're not just dumb rabid animals. We're intelligent. But they continue, and I hate to use bad language because of the kids out there who listen to this.
Oh hell.
But they continue to fuck up this dude's house over and over and over. And it's like, hey, if you want to prove to me that you're civilized, stop throwing spaghetti on the goddamn floor.
Yeah,
right?
running around leaving little chipmunk turds everywhere and everything.
Rat traps in that house so damn fast.
Oh, so fast. Yeah. And man, I'm telling you, when they first come in, they kind of fuck Dave up. I mean, like they bite him and shit. and drop a glass jar on top of his head and knock him out.
If talking chipmunks would freak me out enough. But when talking chipmunks are trying to bite you and hurt you, that's like some Exorcist shit right there, okay?
Right.
It's time to kill.
Right. But then later they're like, oh, Dave, you're our dad. We're going to be a family. And he's like, no, I don't think so.
Do we ever find out that Dave is high on some shit and this ain't really happening? Like these chipmunks are just dead animals that are in the house.
Right. His music career couldn't take off, and he just climbed inside of a bottle. And he's into having the DTs, and then this is his delusion.
Yeah. And then you could have a giant Rod Sterling chipmunk step out, from Dave's unconscious body in the alley, all wrapped in newspaper.
Yeah. It's like Dave. He's a failed songwriter. He's an alcoholic, a drug addict. He finds like 3 dead rats that he just imagines them like this talking chipmunks.
It's funny you say that because it makes me think of like the final climax of the movie, which is actually similar to that, and it's pretty funny. But of course, I can't ruin it for all the people.
Oh, it's the fucking Chipmunks, man. How can you ruin this for anybody? God damn. What they got twisted in like what you call it, like Seven or something?
M. Night Shyamalan presents Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Hey man, it'll go down as one of the great endings, like the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, okay, yeah, like the Sixth Sense or something, yeah.
And they do further twist the knife by in the end credits. They do like a scrolling montage of artwork from all the Alvin the Chipmunks album covers and the original cartoon
gives
show.
A damn.
It just makes you. I mean, when you watch, you go like, you see what this could have been.
Oh well.